So the 26th TGMA is over, but the conversation surrounding the event is still ongoing, especially this weekend. Lots of media houses are going to descend and then digest everything that happened at the TGMAs. And if you remember, I told you that some of the best moments at the TGMA, especially on the red carpet and even in the main auditorium, wasn't captured by your favorite media house. So here in this particular video, I'm going to share with you some of the funny moments that happened during the TGMAs that your favorite media house didn't capture, or probably you didn't pay much attention to it. So in this particular video, you are in for a treat. So at this point, the heat is on. The very first funny moment that happened during the 26th TGMAs was or had to do with Achi Palago. You know Achi Palago, right? Palago Mufasa. He is a Ghanaian based in the United States of America. He is a socialite, a musician, and
what work do you do there?
Yeah, I'm a sterile processing technician.
A what?
Sterile processing technician.
What's that?
Oh, it's sterilize, man. Take it and.
Right.
Yeah, Palago, I agree that word is quite a mouthful. So away from that sterile whatever, let's take a look at what's happened that made Archipelago, act or look funny on stage. Now, you know that when artists are called upon to come and receive their awards, usually they go with their team, and if they are backstage about to perform or something, their team, members actually go on stage and then take the award on their behalf. This particular time, Kweku Smoke won an award, and his team, when Archipelago was part of the team that mounted the stage. I don't know whether he's actually a member of the team or just a follow back, But one thing that happened was that after everything was handed over to them and they were about leaving the stage, he came back to the microphone and then was giving a shout out to, his native land, that is Kumasi, hailing, bigging up the Kumasi people in the house and those watching at home. Suddenly, I think that the sound guys in the MCR or the ones behind the mixers controlling the sound, etc., are agenda boys. I don't know why Archipelago for people was hailing his people, giving his shout out like he usually does, and then suddenly the mic went off, and whatever he said afterwards was just mere air blowing, nothing, no one in the room could hear anything, and that particular moment was just off for Archipelago. Take a look.
Thank you all. Osakrom, stand up, Osakrom. Shut up, Akusmo. Osakrom is back.
Give it up one more time for Kweku Smoke National Performance, TGMA 26.
So for a moment we thought the electricity company of Ghana had done their thing. Doomso was in the building, but it turned out to be the opposite. Actually, the agenda boys, as I said, in the MCR master control room or anywhere else, those who were controlling the sound, I think they were just setting up Palago Mufasa for public ridicule, because everyone gets their turn speaking to the microphone. When it got to chairman's turn, how could you do this to chairman? The whole was a group chairman of that caliber. Next time, do better. Next on the bill, according to the funny moments that happened during the TGMAs, has to do with Ochame Kwame. Of course, he's made in Ghana, but that night he was branded in Egypt. He appeared like Pharaoh, so it is best to say that he was Pharaoh Ochame Kwame, and everything was on point with his servant, spreading flowers on his path as he made an entrance into the red carpet area, granting interviews and all those kind of things. Pharaoh, let my people go. People were just hailing at him, giving him more morale, more vim, etc., with his entourage that looked like they were actually on set to film the Joseph story. That isn't even the problem. His dressing on point, it suited him very much, and everything was going smoothly until he stepped into the auditorium. And when that happened, I don't know how the communication was, but it seemed that he had lost his way. He couldn't find his seat. Now, Pharaoh with his entourage and everything, and I think he was lost trying to find his seat. I don't know whether the protocol team didn't communicate that to him, didn't direct him or show him his seat number or where he would be seated, etc. But it appeared that Pharaoh was lost. And I suspect the Israelites. I think that once they left Egypt, they carried the Pharaoh's throne along with them. I don't know whether they were trying to use it as a boat to cross the Red Sea or anything like that. But Achebe Kwame couldn't find his seat. The whole Pharaoh making him look stranded, and then trying to bow in order not to disrupt the view of other guests seated there. Moving slowly, looking around as though he was missing at his own palace, etc. I mean, come on, that wasn't good. That wasn't fresh. So next time, the protocol team of TGMAs, I implore you to do better. Make sure that the seats and the arrangement, the seating arrangement, everything is on point, and then guests are, ushered to their seat rather than being left alone to go look for their seat. One, it disrupt the whole show, disrupt the views of others seated there, and that was exactly what happened to our own Pharaoh made in Ghana. I mean, come on, next time, do better. The very last on the funny moments at the TGMA has to do with this chairman. Looking all shiny, looking all spiky. I don't know whether to say looking all honey, because if you look at his appearance, the shiny top with the spikes, with the horns, with the same applies to the trouser, the red trouser with the horns, etc. I don't know whether he's honey or whatever, but chairman showed up, and his appearance was a bit funny looking at how the design was. So I think that these three individuals kind of put smiles and laughter on people's faces per what actually happened, not that their person or anything they did knowingly caused that particular laughter. But for those of us who were seated at the back, we found some of these things entertaining and thought it wise to share with you. Make sure you follow the page on Facebook, on TikTok. If you are watching on YouTube, make sure you subscribe, like, share your comment with us so that the page keeps growing. I'll see you in my next video. The heat is still on.